Nothing interesting ever happens here. This town is one long quiet fart in an elevator, and it seems like I'm the only passenger. Nobody ever notices the lack of visitors. They say the town is out of the way. They say the town isn't a tourist spot. They say it's because I don't leave the house. They're wrong. I leave the house every morning at 4 and come back at noon. My walks are very long, and I eat in the middle of them, stopping by a bakery or a coffee shop to grab something to munch on as I continue my wanderings through the city. I don't know how they don't see me. I don't know how they can say I don't leave my house. I do leave my house. Today I was stopped at a crosswalk by a policeman. He asked me what I was eating. I told him it was a bagel, and that seemed to make him happy. He asked to see my ID so that he could look me up later. I told him, no thanks, I have a girlfriend. This seemed to make him angry. I could see his hand on his gun as he asked me for my ID again, and so I gave it to him. I don't want to be shot. He read my card quickly before he jotted something down on his notepad and gave it back. I don't know what he wrote. As I continued to walk, the unnerved faces of those near me grew more and more difficult to bear. They seemed like they were staring at a dead man, or a monster. I know I am neither, but the looks bother me greatly. So I take a left and head into an alley where few people make their passing known. This place would be safer from those vicious glares. As I walk in the alley munching on the delicate meat pie I had purchased from a baker's stall on the street, I am struck by the length of the walkway. It seems to go on for days, and the more I walk, the more I start to worry. I notice that this alley doesn't seem to branch off onto streets before too long. Then it does, or at least I suspect it does, before I notice that the cobble leading away from my course also lead into alleys. It grows dark on me in that strange maze, and though I don't look up to see the sky darken or the alley close above me, I feel it in my very soul. I've run afoul of the city somewhere, and now I'm paying the city back. I drop my meat pie and it looks like a dead rat torn into bloody chunks by my own teeth. Disgusted, I start to run away, but now every so often I come across another dead rat. I'm forced to close my eyes in shame and sickness. The wall meets my left shoulder and I stumble and fall, collapsing onto the cobblestone ground. What is this place I've found myself in? In the distance I see nothing but the yawning black maw of the alleyway stretching before me. The cobble is like a tongue rolling me in. I'm reminded briefly of a scene from a horror movie as I rise shakily to my feet and take a few steps forward. I hear nothing in the distance. No cars, no birds, no wind. Not even my own breathing. My own breathing. I take a few steps forward and the black closes in on me. And now I see it. All of my life. The delusions I maintained. The meat pies and kebabs every day were no such things. The baker's stalls and coffee shops were cemeteries and parks. I sink to my knees. All this time, I'd been eating. I suppose I liked it better when I didn't know.